Hello. So today I'm going to start a daily series I'll do in addition to my bi-daily uploads. I'm just going to be playing through the Case of the Golden Idol. I have a couple reasons for this, but these videos should typically be shorter than a lot of my other ones. Maybe not as it gets further in, but anyways, my couple of reasons for this. First of all, since the Rise of the Golden Idol seems like it's going to be coming out pretty soon at this point, considering I just played through the demo a couple days ago on the channel. And yeah, the day I released that, I'm pretty sure was the day the demo came out. It might have come out a day before that, but I don't think it did. Either way, it signifies the game's close to coming out, and I plan to play the full game when it comes out on the channel. And because of that, even though I don't think you technically need to play this game for the story of Rise of the Golden Idol, I feel like it probably would help to have it here. Obviously, I've played this game before, so I know the whole story, but I'm going to logically step through every deduction, like, for actually solving these. And I figured having the story on the channel is helpful. I also like this game, and playing through it again, I'm really going to enjoy doing, and it helps showcase the game, so maybe it'll convince some of y'all to get it yourselves and play through it, which I would say is worth it. The experience on a whole is typically, at least for the first time, best done in one sitting. I'm obviously not doing that, so I don't have like 4 to 5 hours that I could spend playing through it in one sitting. But yeah, I already know the story, so it's not as necessary for me, because I'm not going to typically miss some of the details between cases that might be missed on a first playthrough. With that said, we'll just get right into it. And we're going to do with the highlights just so it's clear where to click to get information, because that's always helpful. So anyways, for this one I'm going to do the prologue and I believe case 1, and I'll probably end it there, just because the prologue takes like 2 minutes, so it's not worth just doing the prologue. Anyways, an abrupt termination of contract. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. I guess I'll just start by investigating this person getting pushed off. He has himself a scalpel. One thing you'll immediately notice is that this game, it is slightly different for how to get information. You have to actually click on it, as opposed to the sequel where they added some convenience of life stuff to make it easier. Anyways, let's see. January 5th, 1742. Both parties agreed to these terms for the expedition to Monkey Paw Island. Albert Cloudsley has rights to 2/3 of all valuables for funding the expedition. Oberon Geller has rights to 1/3 of all valuables and any golden statues found for providing the map to the excavation site. And then, let's see, we have our Dr. Oberon Geller and our Esquire Albert Cloudsley. Okay, let's see, what else do we have here? A medicine bottle and a map that has some locations. And, okay. Let's see, now we have this guy. I know what you were plotting, you snake. He's going to have, yeah, the exact same agreement. So I'm just going to click all of this out of here. And he has himself a dagger. Over here, we have 2 pouches. We have this one, which has a golden statue and some 1/3 coins and gems, which implies this is the doctor's bag, which it should be, based on the agreement. And the other one has 2 bags of gems. Okay, so we've essentially, now we can go into thinking mode, where we actually have to figure out everything. Okay, let's see. First of all, let's try and figure out the 2 people. This person here has a scalpel, which would imply he's the doctor. He also has the map, which supports him being the Dr. Oberon Geller. And that would make this person Albert Cloudsley, which he does look, I guess they both are pretty nicely dressed, so you couldn't really use that, but essentially this means it makes sense to assume Albert Cloudsley is pushing Oberon Geller. So, and now we know all the identities are correct. Albert Cloudsley pushed Oberon Geller from a cliff in the blank of blank on Monkey Paw Island. So now we just need to figure out where we are on Monkey Paw Island. So if we look, let's see, on the map, because there's technically 4 areas we could be in. Although there are some islands in the background here we can see, and there's 2 of them, which implies we're at the Horn of Thumb, because that's the only area that has 2 mountains, which you can see both of them there. They line up in terms of size for the people being here or so. So let's mark that in, and it's correct, so now we can mark that here, and there we go, we got the prologue scenario. Let's see. Well, Oberon Geller was surveying the poor weather with his looking glass. His expedition partner, Albert Cloudsley, Esquire, suddenly pushed him off the cliff. And we will return. I don't think I'm going to completely finish Chapter 1, but I will do this case as well. And that's just the same info we already had. Okay, Chapter 1, Complications in the Family. The untimely passing of a rural gentleman. Okay. We've got ourselves a yacht there. We have the Golden Idol. Let's see, what else do we have? We have a coat. And this has unlocked some of the material in there, just for clicking on it. Let's see, August 22nd, 1786. I'm not going to read through all this, but essentially, this seems like his daily schedule for the 22nd and all his attire. And it appears whoever wrote this is Sebastian Cloudsley, which it is implied would be him if this is his location. Here's a picture of him, and they look vaguely the same. He also has a ring. But yeah. So we're going to put the dead man as Sebastian Cloudsley, which he should be. He is, yeah. And I'll just mark it in there as well. This blue attire seems to be pretty heavily implied to be dining attire, because he's eating food with it. And now, which of these 3 locations? I believe those are all the locations we're given. So, for us to determine which one is the Lord of, pretty much once again we could use the scenery to see he is the Lord of Blackfield because of the river. So we're just going to mark that in. Let's see what else we have here. Today is August 23rd, which does not match with this. This is from August 22nd. So, yeah, today is the next day for him. There's some stuff about lead poisoning. The horse is clickable, so we will click on the horse. And I think that might be all the things that we can... Yeah, we have all 16 things now. So let's see. We still need to figure out how we died and what these 2 different attires are for. This white one here has some measuring tools in the pocket, as well as some stains from what seems like chemicals, which would imply it's his research attire. And that would make his red one his hunting attire. And yeah, I don't know why they gave us that to us here, but whatever. That means he died in his hunting attire, so he died while hunting, which would imply he didn't die from something in the room. That also follows from the fact he has a head wound and there's a blood trail leading outside, which would mean the cause of death was... let's see. I guess that means the only cause left is... well, it's going to be a head wound, which occurred when he fell from a blank. He was hunting, which would imply he was outside at the time of the incident, and there is a horse outside that is free, which would imply he fell off a horse. And yeah, there we go. Now I should have exited there instead of even staying in here. We do have enough time that I think I will actually do the next one as well. Either way, we have a cutscene before then for this. A funeral for Sebastian Cloudsley and some guests. So now we will jump right into this one. The dramatic departure of an outsider. So, okay, let's see. This is the first one that introduces there being multiple rooms. We'll start with over here. We have this guy who has a knife and poster for the Monkey Man. We have a person with a horse brush and also a knife on fire. We have this guy who seems to be gambling on horse racing, and that's all we get out of him. We have this guy as well who has the idol. And spontaneous combustion. Sacred glyphs for combustion on the idol are those three, which do match the three on the idol. And this guy died due to burning. It seems like it appears that he, at least currently, used the idol to light that guy on fire. Although, you first must cast a freezing spell, and there's nothing frozen as of yet to see. So it's not guaranteed. We have this guy. And let's see. Currently, there doesn't seem to be anything else to do with him. Let's see. This appears to, just be a job listing for two people named Adam and James. Let's see. Then we have this guy who appears to be Edmund, no last name given yet. It reaches my attention, you're seeking capable new servant. David Garan is an experienced coastman with a diverse set of talents. And Edmund Clouds. Okay, so he is Edmund Cloudsley then. Because, yeah, that's just his last name. He has a speech, or he gave a speech. This guy, I'm just going to jump back to him because he appears to be working for somebody with the initials EC, which should be Edmund Cloudsley. If you notice, he has EC on his handkerchief here, which matches the bag. And that implies that this man then must be David Garan, who is now working for him. So we will just mark that in, and we're gonna look up here. That's a symbol that matches maybe something actually, maybe not. It might match literally nothing, and I could be crazy. It looks like I am actually incorrect on it matching anything, but that symbol is up there, so keep that in mind, I guess. We have A and J, the pair twins. And, oh, well, there's the symbol that matches the one outside for Batley. So we have the pair twins, who look like that. This guy looks like he's one of the pairs. And based on there not being anybody else present, I would assume that the other one, the guy on fire, is also one of the two pair twins. Now, let's see. The guy on fire has a horse brush, which, if we knew what day of the week it is, which, yeah, we do. It's Monday today. On Monday, horse grooming is for James. So the one on fire should be James pair, and the other one is Adam pair then. As for everybody else, I don't really have any good ideas as to those two yet, so I'm going to have to look into more things. Let's see, what does she have to say? She has some money, a book, a fan, and a guitar blade. We have Nicholas Maker, the attorney. And let's see. Based on how he's talking, I'm just going to assume he is the attorney, because that sounds like what an attorney would say. Oh yeah, especially somebody wrote on this on Will and Testament or whatever. Okay, so let's see. All four inheritors are Edmund Cloudsley, who we've already seen, Rose Kubert, who is going to be the woman, I believe, because she's the only person left who, or was the only female in here. Then we have Willard Wright and Peter Batley, which is unclear which one is which yet. Aphorisms by Sebastian Cloudsley. That's a book that's been tossed on the ground. The book doesn't seem all that helpful, to be honest, currently. There might be something in there, but at least at the moment it doesn't seem super useful. Okay, it looks like we have some portion of parts of some wills / letters. Okay, and we have another horse racing tab here and a note. Okay, let's see. So his stuff looks like, at least these two ones that didn't get tossed in the fire and instead got ditched on the ground. That would make sense they're from the same person, one Peter Batley, which would make the last person Willard Wright. And okay, we got all the names correct. Sorry about that, my recording cut out, so we're just gonna start it back up and finish this up. Let's see. We met so rarely after you left for the colonies, therefore I bequeath to you my savings land and Blackfield Manor House come home and establish. That... Somebody gets notes on astronomy. And then here's the late sister, who's going to be Rose Kubert. And the golden idol went to Willard Wright, because he had it. I want you to use your sharp mind for better use than mere politics. Okay. Let's see. I'm assuming this guy's the politics guy, but I'm just going to check. Well, he has a speech in Parliament, and I don't see the astronomy notes on either of them at the moment, at least. So I'm just going to say that, let's see. Edmund Cloudsley is the politics one. Oh, no, wait, hang on. My late sister, your mother, disclosed financial trouble, so Rose Kubert must be the one up top then, actually. And this is Peter Batley. And he also got aphorisms, which sounds right. And he had debts. So there we go. Let's see. First of all, we know at the end that James Payer died from a spontaneous combustion. Blank was blank to receive blank in blank's will and ordered something to take something from someone. Let's see, who could it be? Who's doing any of this stuff? I'm pretty sure she is unrelated to all this, considering she is in there. Let's see. It's most likely it's somebody ordered this guy, who has a knife, to take the idol from him, is what I'd go for based on, otherwise why would he be on fire? He was trying to take something from Willard Wright. And Willard Wright does have a golden idol. So let's toss that in there. Let's see. If we look at the sketch on the wall, let's see. This area is owned by Batleys, which would only imply Peter at this point, as being the person who is either there all the time or somehow involved. And it says he was simply following orders, which would, yeah, imply that Adam Payer and James Payer were ordered to take the idol. Now, out of them all, he is successful. Yeah, he actually has money and all that. And currently I would assume he had no reason to be aware of anything about the idol that's important or notable in any way. Which would means that, once again, it points to Peter Batley being angry or upset to receive just aphorisms in the will of Sebastian Cloudsley. And then, for most likely just because of his debt, he wanted the golden idol. Yes. Okay. And we're gonna return scenario here, but anyways, that'll do it for this first episode. I ended up getting through 3 because the first chapter is just 3 very short ones. Anyways, I will see you all tomorrow with the next part of this, so yeah, bye.